Here on Primary Day in your local election headquarters, Ohioans have been voting all day, and we're breaking down what you can expect as the votes start to come in and how they will impact key races. And to help us do just that is Dr. Lee Hanna, Associate Professor of Political Science at Wright State University. Dr. Hanna, great to talk to you as always. Let's start with the Senate race, specifically on the Republican side. That has really dominated airwaves and social media now for months. It's a crowded field with recent polling suggesting a very tight race with no one likely to get anywhere close to 50%. Talk about the definition of pluralism. Who are you giving the edge to?
Yes, you're right. This is a very tight race. And I think what makes it hard to call is just knowing that a lot of voters are fungible. There's not a big difference between a Gibbons and a Josh Mandel, for example. And so what I'll really be watching are those numbers for Timken and Gibbons. If they actually hold steady, or if we see some signs that voters at the last minute, broke for Vance or Mandel. I would give the edge to Vance and Mandel, just knowing where this country is and where this state is and its support for Trump. But when you divide an electorate 5 ways, crazy outcomes can happen.
Yeah, on the Democratic side, Dr. Hanna, it's been relatively quiet. Now, Tim Ryan has the brand. He's been in Congress for years representing the district up in northeastern Ohio. Also had that short-lived run for the White House in 2020. How much of a challenge do you expect him to have in this primary?
Yes, the polls looked pretty good for him. He is, much more known than his challengers. And just for scale, the Republican field spent $66 million on this primary. Tim Ryan spent $1 million. Morgan Harper spent $100,000. And so there's just a huge disparity. That's partly why people aren't as aware of these candidates, is just the lack of resources to blast the airwaves like the Republicans have.
Let's get to the gubernatorial race. It's rare for an incumbent to face opposition in the primary, but that's the case for Governor DeWine. Is it academic that he's going to win this primary? Let me ask you this, Dr. Hanna. What does that say about the state of conservatism here in the state with multiple challengers against him?
Yes, I think partly why we've been talking more about Republicans than Democrats is because there is that divide. There's kind of a Liz Cheney, Mitt Romney type of wing of the party, and then there's a Donald Trump, Ted Cruz type of wing of the party. And so each of these primary contests, and we're one of the first to go, gives us just a little picture of, kind of the temperature of the Republican base. I think DeWine's probably going to hold on, but he probably got a break that both Blystone and Renacci stayed in this race till the end. And Donald Trump did not endorse. So he did keep his, his own kind of power out of this race. He endorsed Vance in the Senate, but he did stay out of the gubernatorial race, possibly knowing that it was going to be tough given a 3-way split.
Dr. Hanna, about 20 seconds left. No woman has ever been a nominee in the governor's race, yet former Mayor Nan Whaley could be just that. Do you like her chances?
I do, yes. I think she's really risen her profile in the last several years, both in just the circumstances she's faced as mayor, as well as her work, within the Democratic Party. So I think she has a pretty strong chance to hang on tonight and to be the candidate in October or November.
Yeah, we will find out tonight, perhaps even tomorrow morning with some of these races. They look to be pretty close.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lee Hanna, Associate Professor of Political Science at Wright State University. Now we wait, Doctor. Thank you very much.
Thanks, John.